Hey, everybody, I've got my mask, I've got my gloves, I've got my Bill Gates chip. Let's start the show.
In a cabin, going crazy, cause the flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine. We've been quarreling, we've been snarling, oh my darling wife of mine. It's a toilet paper zombie apocalypse, so we're here in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. That way you can make sure your stream is solid and prepare your home to be quiet, except for laughing and clapping, of course. Facebook and Instagram sometimes chime when you get a message. These chimes are audible to everyone in the Virtual Comedy Show, so please turn off notifications and all other sounds on your device. Don't know how? Google it. That's why you're here 15 minutes early. Though we love kids and pets, a comedy club is not a good place for them. They don't understand the need for quiet, and the jokes are not intended for them, especially cats. No sense of humor at all. Please, no pets or kids at the Virtual Comedy Show. Please don't heckle or chat at your table. It's more fun for you if you can hear others laugh, and more fun for others if they can hear you laugh. So keep your mic on and laugh all you like. But with 100 mics on, we may hear coughing or barking dogs or screaming babies or attacking zombies, and this can easily drown out the comedian. Please place your phone or other device 6 feet from you so we don't hear every breath you take, and mute your device if your area becomes filled with noisy zombie dog babies. And once you vanquish those zombies, unmute yourself. If you're not sure how, ask us via the chat system, aka typing, and we will help you. We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. We've all been in our pajamas for weeks. No one will judge your hair, we promise. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantine world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey everyone! It's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassel and Steve Goody. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Lawrence Thomas, Lauren Mayer,
from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassel.
Thank you. When does it get easy? When? Hi, everybody. I'm Brad. When does it get easy? And also, I'm very anxious this week. A lot is going on in the world that has made me I don't know about you. First of all, so many people are worried that a billionaire is trying to put a chip in people to know where you are at all times. And you know what? As I look at you on your computer and phone and camera and mic that you have with you every minute of every day tracking you, you're always being tracked. Somebody has to go pee-pee.
I muted him.
Okay. So that was Bill Gates tracking me. I could feel it. And first of all, it cracks me up. How important do you think you are that Bill Gates needs to know where you are, that you got the 20-piece McNugget instead of the 6 this time? It drives me nuts that people are so, and it's not Bill Gates that wants to track you. McDonald's is tracking you, Disney, car dealers, and they already know where you are. So unless the chip monitors cholesterol, there's not going to be a chip. Okay, I got that off my system. So now to the jokes. We'll see what those are. Joke number 1, an employee at a North Carolina car wash found a $1,200 IRS stimulus check in the trash at work and was able to track down its rightful recipient. And it's a good story, when the Good Samaritan handed the check to the owner and said he had brought it from the trash, the confused man said, "Which senator do you work for?" They're trash. Okay. All right, here we go. How about this one?
Now for the jokes.
Now for the jokes. Let's start the jokes now. Here's one that I think is hilarious, and it's weird. A grocery store in Missouri is wondering what to do with the closed salad bar during COVID. They can't, so they decided to sell liquor, beer, and wine out of it instead, and customers are loving it, and the store's proofs are up 90%. Proofs are up 90%. They also, by the way, have a candy, cereal, and energy bar section of the salad bar, but until, the marijuana bar opens, no one wants that crap. So we're waiting for the pot bar. It's after that. So, okay. Now here's one that's political. Are you ready? A Pennsylvania woman has kept her dead grandma in the freezer for 15 years while she collected her Nana's Social Security checks. Her grandma died at 97. That was 15 years ago. So the officials became suspicious that the 115-year-old woman might not still be alive when they checked to make sure that her mail-in vote was legitimate, and it was not. See, because mail-in voting works. It's good. Okay, sorry, I got political there. Okay, now I'm ready.
Now for the jokes. All right.
Now for the jokes. Tell me how you feel about this one. The country of Cyprus. Does anyone know where Cyprus is?
Yay! I lived there.
The Mediterranean.
Hey, let's stop. It's kind of in the Mediterranean, but what half of it is owned by who?
Exxon.
Okay, no, Steve. Let's ask the person who said that.
Turkey.
Turkey, and the other half is known as Greek Cyprus, but is not part of Greece. Which side were you in?
I was in the unoccupied.
The
Greek-
unoccupied side. Wow. So, boy, you've really got a stance on this, don't you? So,
extremely well.
you can go back. The country of Cyprus will open its borders June 9th for tourists, and they promise to cover all costs if you contract COVID during your stay. The government will cover lodging, food, drink, and medication. And not to be outdone, the governor of Texas said that if you come there to vacation and get COVID, he'll loan you a body bag.
Loan. I love that
job.
you have loan in there. That was good.
Yes. Yeah. See, I'm glad you saw. I didn't say give you a body bag. I said loan you a body bag.
We're gonna need that back.
That is how subtle my jokes are. Okay.
I've really turned into Paul Schaefer.
But hey, Paul, what do you think? Okay, now, another political. Mark Short. Do you know who that is? Anybody? Who knows who that is?
Don't know.
He is Mike Pence's chief of staff, and he owns more than $1 million in stocks related to his job running the COVID response. So companies and he has been actively visiting those companies and touting them in the press as their prices are skyrocketing. And when he asked if that broke any conflict of interest, Short said, Obamagate, and ran out of the room. And by the way, when Mike Pence was asked for his comment, he said, oh my God, he's so cute. Okay, so, because Pence is gay. Okay, so anyway, Pence is gay. Hey, good news for hipster, 2 more, and then we'll do something fun. Good news for hipsters. A new study says that beards evolved because they help men take a better punch in the face. The shock from getting punched in the face is lessened when it is absorbed from all that hair. So bad news for hipsters is they found all this out because of the man bun. Punching. They're punching them because they got man buns.
Yeah, they're laughing. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, they really were laughing.
That's okay. I know.
I mean, I wasn't. But they were. Yeah.
The last joke, right here, my favorite thing. Although I did enjoy the man bun thing. The 2 things I enjoyed, the loan and the man bun. Okay. Totally true. See, here's something that a lot of us have worried about and have almost done. A Spanish news anchor was busted for cheating on his famous girlfriend. He dated a girl from the Spanish version of Big Brother when a half-naked woman sauntered by his Zoom feed from his home while he was doing the nightly newscast. And this is so COVID. This is so COVID. The first surprise was that it wasn't a Baptist preacher. And second, you can go see this online. She was naked on the bottom. You can go see it perfect. She has a bra and nothing on the bottom as she walks by, and the public was understandably shocked. One mother, matter of fact, commented while watching with her children, she said, thank God he wasn't smoking. Or she wasn't smoking. It was she wasn't smoking. Okay, you know what?
You know what I've decided? I've decided I'm Ed McSchaefer. That's what I am.
You are Ed McSchaefer.
Which is also my favorite meal at McDonald's.
The Ed McSchaefer? Yes. Oh God. I get the Richter fries. Okay, so Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brad Tassel. Those were the jokes. And now I'm going to change to this. You're going to see this man.
Oh boy.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Steve Goody wearing a purple shirt.
Hi everybody. Happy Bad Hair Thursday.
Bad Hair Thursday.
Oh, good Lord. Well, it's time for another exciting top 10 list. Is everybody excited?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Tonight's category, you may have heard this, Disney is actually opening at 50% capacity. And they've changed some of the rides. So the top 10 category tonight, top 10 new rides at Disney. Number 10, It's a Small, Highly Infectious World. Number 9, Not Enough Space Mountain. Some of these you'll have to read to really appreciate them. Number 8, Pirates of the Covidian.
Oh.
All right. Now for the jokes. Number 7. Tomorrow we'll be back inside land. I screwed it up. It's like Tomorrowland, but we'll be back inside because this is a dumb
Tomorrow
idea.
we'll be back inside land.
Land. That's how I meant to say it. Yes. Okay. See if I can get this next one right. Number 6. The mono wasn't all that bad rail. If I say it right, it works better. Number 5. Dumbo, the flying droplet. It's a little gross. I know. Number 4, and this is a tough one. Indiana Jones and the Mega Temple of Doom. Because people are going back to church. All right, never mind. Number 3, and this one's more fun. 1 person per teacup. Number 2, the Bungle Cruise. Because we're not handling this all that well. All right, and the number 1 new ride at Disney, Epcot Center. Thank you. And thank you, Amanda, for your invaluable assistance.
Thank you, Epcot Center. That was very lovely. Steve, let's hear it for Steve Goody, everybody. Let's have a.
And my hair.
Whoops.
So now I've got a huge question, and that is, Lauren, do you still want to be involved?
Yes. I'm not as nervous.
You're not, yes. Well, yeah. Oh, let's look
Her
at
standards
Lauren,
have fallen
everybody. This is
precipitously.
Lauren just took a dig at Steve and I there, right there.
I
She's
didn't
not
take
as
it. I mean,
nervous
you were so relaxed and warm that it made me feel very.
Yes.
It was a dig at Steve and me, Brad.
Oh, well, I have been to the Missouri grocery with the liquor bar. So, ladies and
You live in
gentlemen,
Kentucky
this
where
lovely-
grammar is totally optional.
That's right, and books too. I don't know if you all remember the joke from a couple weeks ago. Our state is closed, and thank God in the East they don't have to worry about those books being snuck in. So, okay. So anyway, yes, I'm very relaxed because there's no loss to this being terrible. So, but we have an actual star in the room, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at her. She looks beautiful. She's got a good set. That door's open, hoping something scary comes out.
It's just my garage. I forgot to close it.
Oh, that's okay. It's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady, Lauren, sent me a message, and I was like, oh, Lauren. And then I had 42 people tell me she was literally the greatest talent they'd ever seen in their lives.
Oh.
So, yes. And then I was threatened. It said, if you don't have her on next week's show, there will be a lot of technical trouble. So, and that's what happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren is here to do a beautiful. I forgot you're going to do a song, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's just hear it for Lauren, everybody. Come on!
Yay!
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, and thank you for having me. And I promise I didn't pay off all 42 people to bug you to have me on. I just love to be here. And this was one of your friends, Carla Ulbrich, who's a friend of mine, and she said I should do this song because it's one of her favorites. And it has to do with what it feels like when you put your work out on social media, which is what we're all doing these days. And I do weekly topical comedy songs about the news. And let's just say if I mention reproductive rights or gun control, I get a lot of trolls. And one time I combined them both and did a song called If My Uterus Were a Gun. Regulate it. And all of a sudden I went from, a few hundred views on YouTube to thousands and thousands of comments. And they were awful and violent. They weren't just disagreeing with me or telling me I was stupid. They were describing various ways I should die and calling me the C word, but spelled with a K, and
Wow.
critiquing my
Oh my
nose
gosh.
and my religion. And I was thrilled with all the views, but disgusted with the comments. And at first it was terrifying until I looked at them a little more closely and realized the only thing to which these guys posed a serious threat was to the English language. So I decided to emulate Michelle Obama. Only my variation on her words of wisdom is, when they go low, I write songs about them. Yeah. And I got a little keyboard here. Can you all see it? Dear internet trolls, thanks for taking so much time to tell me I'm a worthless jerk and you hate my work. But even folks who don't like my videos do count. You and your pals have really goosed my view count. Though you think my writing and singing sucks, you help me make a few extra bucks. Why think that I think your comments are scary? Clearly you just need a hug and a dictionary. Dear internet trolls, gosh, you really sound upset when you want to get it off your chest. But I'm not impressed. Your anti-Semitic sexist slurs would be more compelling. Bother to check your spelling. I'm muted now, it says. I'm getting a note that I'm muted. Am I still muted?
No, you're good.
No,
Oh, okay.
you've not been muted.
Sorry about that. I got freaked out. I saw I was muted. So, your anti-Semitic sexist slurs would be more compelling if you could be bothered to check your spelling. And as for using foul language to knock me, I've raised teenage sons, so it's hard to shock me. So you might think that I think your comments are scary, but clearly you just need a hug and a dictionary and a good therapist. Now some of what you state may seem hateful, but for making me feel famous I'm grateful. And I don't want to sound shrill myself, but you and your pals have already suggested plenty of possible methods to kill myself, so I'm good for now. Thanks. Dear internet trolls, did you think the way you belly ache was gonna make me disappear? I'm still here, but I know what's behind the misbehaving around your tricks, showing off for each other by waving around your words. If what I create you hate and deplore it, you know you could always just ignore it. So don't think that I think your comments are scary. Clearly you just need a hug and a dictionary and a good therapist and a job and a social life. Something constructive to do with what's clearly too much free time on your hands. And a lollipop. And a teddy bear.
Lauren, everybody, keep going. Yay. So let me ask you two questions.
Okay.
Question number one is where do you live?
I live in between San Francisco and San Jose, which is now officially the most expensive part of the country to live in.
Wow.
Yeah, so your house has gone up $1 million in price.
Except I rent.
Oh, okay.
I'm modest.
So your rent has gone up $10,000 in price.
Exactly.
Oh, that is great. So, and how
It's
do
also
people
a COVID
find?
hotspot too.
Oh, what a
Yeah, you got it all.
joy!
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at
I
you
know.
living the life. So, how do people find all your albums?
I'm so glad you asked. Everything is on my website, laurenmayer.com. So if you're my age, Lauren as in Lauren Bacall. If you're younger, Lauren like Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls. Mayer if you're older, like Metro Golden Mayer, or younger like John Mayer, M-A-Y-E-R. And I'm on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Psycho Supermom. And I have a Patreon and a website and all that. I'll put it in the comments.
Cool. My body is a wonderland. So I've listened to a bunch of your stuff and it's fantastic, and I love that you've decided to lean in You know what I mean? You take these comments and you've leaned in horizontal. It's so great. People have to go.
I sat.
You didn't lean. You sat right down and said, "Okay, this is what you're going to say. You're going to hear every bit of it," and it really is. And musically, you are so on spot. It's just great. So you're going to come back, right? Someday.
Yep.
All right. Because Carla too. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for everybody. Carla. Let's hear it for Carla. Let's hear it for Lauren.
Lauren, whatever.
Lauren, Carla, whatever. Hi.
Don't worry,
Hi,
Lauren.
everybody.
He's been calling me Carla for years.
I have been.
That's a compliment. She's awesome.
It sure is, yes.
We've written some songs together, so maybe we'll come on
As
together.
in Carla, stop snoring. That's Steve. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're running late because I've taken way too much time. So I want to bring up another very special guest, and I'm going to show him right now, and I'm going to talk about him for a second. Hi, Lawrence Thomas, everybody. So Lawrence, back in the late 80s, Lawrence and Steve and I were all at Zanies quite a bit. And as I was trying to MC, Lawrence zipped up to headliner pretty quick. And then I got to follow him on the road and open for him like 47 times. And it was amazing every time. And I always thought you were brilliant. And we had a good time in the condo in El Paso. Do you remember that? You have no sound.
You seem
Lawrence
to be muted
Thomas,
there.
you seem to be muted.
All right, there you go. Is that better?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Lawrence Thomas, yes.
You didn't
Back
tell
to
him you
El
brought me
Paso.
a piece of the Berlin Wall that I made an earring out of.
That is true. In '89, you got Berlin Wall. Do you still have it?
I don't know. I know I've got a terrible headshot with it in it.
You wore it?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Because they
I
found
was an
out that
earring
was-
guy back then.
Yeah, I know, but there was radiation in that, and you've probably got cancer. I apologize.
Hey, you know
So
what?
it was worth it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask him to do what he does best. Ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence Thomas, go ahead, talk to us.
All right, I'm going to mix you a drink. That's what I do best these days. But anyway, I'm in California too, Lauren. I live in Manhattan Beach, California. If you've never heard of it, it's where supermodels and actresses go to die. And it's probably one of the reasons why I'm divorced, because it puts unreal expectations on women. My ex-wife, she was just, every woman at my daughter's school was an outrageous MILF, about 9 foot tall with blonde hair and fake boobs. And my ex-wife was just like, look at my body. And I'm like, it looks pretty good to me. She's like, my breasts are 2 different sizes. I mean, well, think about it like you got a lucky boob, like Nemo, just kind of. This town is crazy. It's got 2 spring breaks. Manhattan Beach has 2 spring breaks. One called Ski Week, where the entire town of Manhattan Beach goes to Mammoth, the biggest mountain in California, and they all go skiing. And when my daughter was in the 3rd grade, she convinced me to take her and her best friend Annie snowboarding. Folks, I'm from Kentucky. I have no business being on a mountain unless I'm pulling coal out of it. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to take them up there. And first, let me tell you something about everybody in the parking lot looks great and sexy, and they're wearing tight clothes, and they all have Adam's apples. I hate people with Adam's apples. And I don't know how you're good looking and sexy. How could you be warm in tight clothes? I'm wearing everything that is natural fiber, like corduroys and old school thermals. I've just layer and layer. I look like I ought to be training attack dogs for the state troopers. And I'm walking through there, and so you got to go to the bunny slope, and you go up there and you put this thing between your leg, and it yanks you up the hill. And it's just if you've never been to a ski resort, let me explain they call it a bunny slope. Yeah, if the bunny has fangs and he chews your Achilles tendon, that's what my daughter took off down the hill. There's noise and carnage, bodies laying everywhere. I just hear this, Daddy, come get me. I'm like belly crawling across the snow. And like the first 20 minutes of the movie Saving Private Ryan. Hey, Mr. Thomas, get me. I'm like, go to hell. You're not my kid. You know, get to the bottom, and you're finally just, my daughter's just like, I'm so cold. I got to pee. I'm like, I got to pee too. And so we take her to a little pavilion there, and I'm unzipping her and pushing her. And by the time she's in there, I've got to go so bad. And then I've got the gloves on. I can't get them off, and I'm unzipping. And finally, I just said, you know what? The heck with it. And just went in my pants. Oh, that's warm. She came out. I'm like, you know what? We're not going skiing anymore, sweetie. Let's go play Miss Pac-Man in the lodge. So everybody's worried about the hair. This is the longest my hair's been since 2000. I don't know, man. I look like, and hair's important in my family. I don't have hair anywhere on my body. My head hair is the only good part. Look, I'm like the eighth natural wonder of the world, the hairless man. And naked in the bathtub, I look like a baby manatee floating there. I've got hair, except around my nipples. That's quite attractive. I have 8 hairs. I look like I'm nursing Daddy Longlegs. I don't know. And I'm dating now. I'm divorced. Look at this. Should I be dating? Why couldn't I be divorced when I was like 38 and still kind of attractive and fairly good looking? I couldn't pick up a gay truck driver looking like this. And I internet date on Lauren. I don't know if you internet date, you might be married. I don't know. But first of all, it's just stupid. I'm 57 years old. Like, these women show up, like, you look at their picture, you're like, then they show up, you're like, wow, who took your picture? Ansel Adams? Sure did some magic with light and shadow. I had no idea you could hide a goiter that big. A goiter joke, folks. Come on. When's the last goiter joke? Red Skelton? God, quiet here, baby.
57.
Then for some reason, your first date has to be coffee. What do you want to do? You want to go to a movie? No coffee. You want to go to a bar? No coffee. You want to go to Jerusalem and see where they hung Jesus on the cross? No coffee. Coffee makes me poop. I'm not supposed to say Jesus or poop. I don't know.
Pooping Jesus.
Coffee makes me go number 2, which is fine. All I'm saying is you better bring a Sudoku or something, because I'm going to be spending part of this time in the bathroom. I don't know. I knew Steve in Nashville. I used to live in Nashville. I went to 12 years of Catholic schools. There's no Catholics in Nashville. I went on Ash Wednesday. I go to Captain D's to get my fish, like a good Catholic boy. I'll walk in. The girl behind the counter goes, "Mister, you got dirt on your head." I said, "No, it's lint." She said, "That ain't lint. It's dirt." Never mind, sweetie.
A classic.
That's an oldie. That's the last time my hair was this long. That's why I'm doing old stuff, baby.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I didn't set a timer. My daughter's 22 now, and I live in the land of extreme sports. Everybody surfs and motorcycles going 1,000 miles an hour past my house. Everybody's extreme. I surf, I'm extreme. I skateboard, I'm extreme. I BMX. That's not extreme. Those are escapes from life. Face life, that's extreme. Get a family, raise a kid. Hey, get a mortgage. That's extreme right there. How much is your skateboard, Skippy? Yeah, try getting a mortgage. That's extreme. I played Candyland for 3 hours with a 4-year-old. That's extreme. And it's like, hey, you got to go forward. You're going backwards. Go forward. Go towards the Licorice Castle. Hey, you're cheating. You can't use Scum Drop Pass unless you're right on Candy Mountain. Damn it. Anyway. I don't know, man. That's Manhattan Beach. I didn't know people in California don't raise their own kids. I showed up here with a 4-year-old daughter, and somebody invited us to a party. I was like, hey, man, I don't know who Maria is, but she doesn't look like your wife, your mom. This menudo's fantastic. That is, what that means. I've got gout. Oof. What scares me, you can't have COVID and be on pandemic and then have gout. You get toe flares up. Gout. I mean, I don't know if you gout. I wouldn't wish gout on Osama bin Laden. Gout is the most pain you'll ever experience in your life. My toe swelled up. It looked like the Roadrunner smashed it with an anvil. Like, honey, you got to turn off the ceiling fan. The wind is killing my toe. You know what comes along with gout? Kidney stones. Kidney stones.
Oh, yeah.
Most pain you'll ever experience in your life. I get so sick of women talking about, you don't know about pain till you had a baby. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm peeing a fish hook right now.
Yeah.
I got the Tasmanian devil screaming down my urethra as we speak. So unless you gave birth to that rock guy from the Fantastic Four, shut the hell up. Last time I looked at a baby head, it was fairly smooth, okay? Is that good?
That's
I have
good.
no idea.
Let's hear it for Lawrence Fitness.
Yeah.
Virtual comedy, folks.
Virtual
I'm virtually
comedy.
here.
You are. You're really here. This is no.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I gotta tell you, I love doing this, and I love having fun with it. And even though we have problems, stuff like that, I really enjoy it. And I enjoyed that. I thought that was a
Yeah.
great fun set. I mean, and I know
Well,
it's
thanks,
hard
man.
because it's hard to hear, but
There.
that was great. We're looking as I was doing my jokes, and I could see no faces laughing. You had tons, so that was fantastic. So by the way, to tell everybody about Lawrence too is back in the '80s. You started dating Laura. She was a waitress at the
right, at
at the
Zany's.
club that everyone was in love with, and then you married her. So that was
Right.
great.
And then she divorced
And,
me. Thanks for bringing that up. I'll be smashing my own toe with a hammer after this. It'll be virtual pain.
The man has gout and a goiter at the same time, Brad. Give him a
Goiter.
freaking break.
Well,
Heart
you really
condition.
are selling yourself on the dating scene.
He also,
Ladies, line up.
he also
Get in
has
line, baby.
if I'm not mistaken, he has a benign Cheerio on his bottom lip.
Hey, yeah, I should have done that bit, man.
There's a bit you didn't do. I can't believe it.
Somebody
So,
I posted a picture of my hair like this, and somebody, I think Lance Montalto or somebody goes, "Hey, isn't that a Cheerio on your lip?"
So you are the Catholic in Nashville, and Steve is the Jewish man in Nashville, and you guys get along well.
Steve and Teddy Bart
Oh, Teddy Bart,
were
yeah.
the two Nashville Jews. And you live in Bowling Green, where I went to college, right, Brad?
You went to
I'm
Western
drinking, by the way.
Kentucky, didn't you? Yeah, you went to Western, so yeah.
I'm a hilltopper, baby.
I also have a degree from Western, so
There you go.
mine's a master's, though, so better.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Mine's a bachelor's in rugby.
Yeah, but you were a killer rugby player.
And he
You
had a
were-
minor
I mean,
in badminton.
yes.
Exactly.
and a stressing Oreo. I don't know what I'm talking about. So hi, ladies and gentlemen, again.
Oh.
By the way, if you want to, Lawrence, we take donations. If you go to virtualcomedyshow.com, the link for the show may not work, but the donation button does, and we split the money between everybody but me and Steve. Steve gets nothing this week. So I take nothing and Steve takes nothing. So if you want to, go give until you faint. NPR does not need your money. They are rich. By the way, that really thing. Steve, do you have a song that you'd like to do in a minute?
If you want me to. If we
I
have
do.
to.
I think
It's not
everyone
required.
clap if you'd like to hear a song from Steve.
Oh, that's a resounding we're not sure.
Yeah, close enough. What do they got to do? So, by the way, before I say this, next week Ryan Niemiller will be here from AGT. If he remembers, I don't know if he remembers. He's moving to LA this week, and he promised to be here. And then in 2 weeks, Al Ernst will be here. So that's very nice. He's a comedian that we know.
Al.
So Al Ernst is the greatest, and Ryan Niemiller is. I love Ryan. He's huge. He got hugely famous, and COVID destroyed him going through the stratosphere of comedy. But he'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what he looks like. There he is. He's got a guitar, which
Oh,
spells
yeah.
trouble.
This is,
Steve
this is,
Goody.
I
There's
didn't
some-
clap for you earlier, so there you go.
Aw, thanks. Is that Brad's mom? Thank you.
No, that's not my mom. That's
Whoever that is, thank you very much. I'm on the View where I can't see everybody. No, I'm not on the View, but that would be
It's valid.
quite a nightmare, wouldn't it? We're talking about the Catholics and the Jews. Let's do a little song about my favorite Jewish holiday, of course, St. Patrick's Day. When I was just a little lad, me mother asked of me, "What do you want, my darling boy? What do you want to be? A doctor, a lawyer, some kind of PhD?" But I said, "Sorry, mama, mine is a fakakta destiny. I want to be Irish, Irish, Irish. I want to get lucky in a pub by the sea. I'll be an O'Brien, O'Grady, O'Veasmere. I want to be Irish, Irish, Irish as can be. A diddly-do, a diddly-dee." And now we'll do some chair jigging. You can dance along if you want. You stay in your chair. We're getting giddy with it. So I sailed away to Ireland and broke me mother's heart. There I shed me former self and made a brand new start. Me friends all call me Seamus, sweet Molly calls me dear. And as we walked on down the aisle, I heard her whisper in me ear, I want to be Jewish, Jewish, Jewish. What? I want to read Talmud on Christmas Eve. No. I want to eat lots of matzah and whitefish. I want to be Jewish, Jewish, Jewish as can be. A diddly-do, a diddly-dee. Let's see those moves, Brad. Or Lauren, that's fine. So we flew back to America where Mama welcomed us. She hugged my darling Molly saying, you'll convoy, I trust. Molly said, yes, Mama, I already did. Mama said, my dear, that's wonderful, but what about the kids? They're gonna be Jewish and Irish and Jewish, Manischewitz and Guinness equally, with names like Abraham, O'Flanahan, McGee, Berg. They're gonna be Jewish, Irish, Jewish, Irish, Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, just as Jewish, Irish as can be. A diddly-do, a diddly-dee.
Steve Goody!
Thank you ever so much.
Keep going for Steve Goody. That was really fun, Steve. That's the Jewish thing. So hey, everybody, I do want to say this before we have our final song. Let's hear it again for Lauren, who's going to be back and do songs someday. Let's hear it for Lawrence Thomas, who's going to be back and do songs next time. Let's hear it for Steve and his top 10 list. Let's hear it for me and whatever that was. And remember, on Spotify, all of us are on Spotify, all of us are on everything. So when you leave your house every morning, pick one of our names and say it to Alexa, Google, whatever you have, and let it play throughout the day. Alexa, play Brad Tassel. Alexa, play Steve Goody. Let it play throughout the day, and we will all get a quarter, and that will be great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and by the way, when we get done, listen to the Thursday song, and I hope Lauren and Lawrence will stay around a little bit to answer questions for anybody who stays around, because people usually do. But now we've got the great Thursday song. Go ahead.
Thursday, it's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all of the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursdays.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday, put on your orange fez, and decorate the Thursday tree with Milk-Bone, Spam, and Pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.